we've learned that a woman who police say played a major role in a large-scale drug trafficking organization has made headlines before. I'll show you a video of 44-year-old Kimberly Walker. News4Jax previously profiled her when she became the first African-American to own a BP gas station in Florida. This was last summer. That gas station is located in Arlington. Well, now she's one of 8 people indicted by a federal grand jury. News4Jax reporter Eric Gavney has been following the story since we first learned of charges yesterday. Eric's joining us live with what we learned today.
Well, we learned that Kimberly Walker still owns this BP gas station. We also found out that federal agents used News4Jax video of a story that we did on her a year ago about purchasing this gas station as part of their investigation. The details in these federal court documents reveal 44-year-old Kimberly Walker appears to have been the person calling the shots in what is described by federal investigators as a drug trafficking organization. According to transcripts from phone conversations that were intercepted by federal agents, Walker made sure narcotics were available for sale at this home on 14th Street, which is described by undercover agents as a trap house or a home where narcotics are stored and sold from. According to the report, there were also phone conversations between Walker and a relative about bagging synthetic drugs, later identified as Flakka and Molly. Another intercepted conversation includes comments made by Walker about co-defendant Brandisio Williams, who was shot. Walker is recorded saying they don't want to take the bullet out because it may cause more damage. Also in these federal documents, a transcript from a text message between Walker and an unidentified person about receiving bags of narcotics and making sure it's the exact amount. We also learned that on January 14th, an undercover agent and a confidential informant entered this BP gas station in Arlington, believed to be owned by Walker, then later confirmed after another informant showed investigators this News4Jax story on Walker becoming the first African-American in Florida to purchase a BP gas station.
As I looked around, I realized that gas stations didn't close down through the COVID-19.
In March, a confidential informant wearing a recording device and working under the direction of federal agents showed up at the trap house and reportedly purchased Flakka and Molly. Walker and the other suspects have been under constant surveillance from both on the ground and from a helicopter overhead. This is also how investigators say they learned some of the drug transactions took place outside the Bottoms Up strip club on Blanding Boulevard. So basically what we have learned is the heavy surveillance combined with that controlled purchase of narcotics is what led to Walker and the 7 other suspects being indicted. Now, if they are convicted on those charges, they each could face up to 20 years in a federal prison. Reporting live in Arlington, Eric Gavney, Channel 4, the People Station.
All right. That is just... I don't know what to tell you, man. I don't. Because that's just, you just basically threw your life away. All right. And you're the first to own, a BP gas station in Florida, where you live, Jacksonville. But you decided to take, the Breonna Taylor route, and you decide to poison your community with drugs. That, all right. When you decide to sell drugs to people as a black person, you help white supremacy out. Okay. And a lot of people say, well, what about the white man? What about the white man? No. Okay. The drugs harm people, and you're going to pick up the drugs and sell it for money. Okay. I understand people go on hard times, but if you get a big break not to do that anymore, take the break and leave that behind. But you still want to sell drugs. The cops caught up to you, and now you're facing a long time in prison. 8 members of an armed drug trafficking organization who recently indicted on federal charges include a 44 year-old Jacksonville woman who played a major role in the operation according to court documents. You're 44 years old. Kimberly Walker and 7 others are charged with conspiracy to distribute and to possess with intent to distribute MDMA, a drug also known as ecstasy or Molly, and another drug commonly referred to as Flocka. According to court documents, Walker appears to have been the person who was calling the shots in what is described by federal investigators as a trafficking organization. According to transcripts from phone conversations that were intercepted by federal agents, Walker made sure narcotics are available for sale at a trap house on 14th Street, which is described by undercover agents as a home where narcotics are stored and sold from. According to the transcripts, there are also phone conversations between Walker and a relative about bagging synthetic drugs, later identified as Molly and Flocka. Another intercepted conversation includes comments made by Walker about co-defendants Brandisha Williams, who was shot. Walker is recorded saying they don't want to take the bullet out because it may cause more damage. Court documents show. Also in court documents is a transcript from a text message between Walker and an unidentified person about receiving bags of narcotics and making sure it's the exact amount. News 4 Jax also learned that on January 14th, the undercover agent and a confidential informant entered a BP gas station in Arlington, believed to be owned by Walker, and then later confirmed after another informant showed investigators. A News 4 Jax story on Walker becoming the first African American to purchase a BP gas station in Florida. You have to actually have a new slate, and then you just destroy it. In March, according to court documents, a confidential recording device and working under the direction of federal agents showed up at the trap house and reportedly purchased Flocka and Molly. Walker and the other suspects had been under constant surveillance from both on the ground and from a helicopter overhead, which also show investigators said how they learned some of the drug transactions took place outside a strip club on Blangdon Boulevard. The combination of surveillance and evidence from a controlled drug purchase is what led to the indictment. According to a federal complaint affidavit, Walker came across the person who was calling the shots, and when the IRS began investigation into her and a man believed to be her husband's finances, there were red flags. IRS criminal investigators who had joined other federal agencies investigating Kimberly Walker and Neil Walker, 50, of Jacksonville for alleged narcotics-related offenses, and said the two passed more than $1 million in multiple bank accounts since January 2018. But according to the IRS, neither had a significant source of legitimate income. The IRS said the couple earned substantial amounts of money through their drug trafficking organization and launched their earnings through limited liability companies, financial institutions, real estate investments, and the BP gas station owned by Kimberly Parker. According to a federal complaint, Kimberly Walker last reported income taxes in 2017 when she was last employed. The complaint stated her 2017 earnings for the year were $23,167. The IRS said she didn't file income taxes in 2018 nor the following year. IRS investigators said Neil Walker reported no income between 2017 and 2019. According to investigators, in 2017, he had only earned $2,754 for the entire year while working in construction. Despite the lack of reported income, the IRS said the couple still managed to funnel more than $1 million in various bank accounts with the help of co-defendants who were also indicted with the couple, as well as relatives who were not indicted. Wow. They are spending some long time in prison because he was working construction. All right. He had a job, but just not enough to cover the expenses at owning this gas station. But now both of you are going to go to prison. Both of you. For what? And now he just put a black eye on the image of black people. What else is there to say? You know, what is there to say? It's sad. It really is. Who knows? Maybe they could have just, I could even, I can't even say, well, maybe they just cut off doing drugs as soon as they get to BP gas station, just live a happy life. But no, you guys didn't file no taxes. You guys didn't have an even income to say that this is a legit business, to even cover your tracks. You didn't make enough to cover your tracks. Anyway, tell me what you think of the story. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. What do you think about this? Does this put a black eye on the image of black people who already have a bad image due to the mainstream media wanting to twist and warp the image of black people to say we only do drugs, we only commit crime, when we damn well know that we don't? We have very prominent, respectable businesses, and we are decent, moral human beings. Let me know in the comments. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.